Hi there, and welcome to A Course in Miracles practice of lesson 29 from the workbook for students. And the quote for today, well, before we thank the Holy Spirit for his guidance and for presenting himself through every brother and sister and through our dear brother Jesus. We thank you, Holy Spirit. And the quote for today is this one. It says, "The world you see is an illusion of a world. God did not create it, for what he creates must be eternal as himself. Yet there is nothing in the world you see that will endure forever." And lesson 29. God is in everything I see. The idea for today explains why you can see all purpose in everything. It explains why nothing is separate by itself or in itself. And it explains why nothing you see means anything. In fact, it explains every idea we have used thus far and all subsequent ones as well. Today's idea is the whole basis for vision. You will probably find this idea very difficult to grasp at this point. You may find it silly, irrelevant, senseless, funny, and even objectionable. Certainly, God is not in a table, for example, as you see it. Yet we emphasized yesterday that a table, interesting, that a table, Yet we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe, and what shares the purpose of the universe shares the purpose of its creator. Try then today to begin to learn how to look on all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. You do not see them now. Would you know what is in them? Nothing is as it appears to you. Its holy purpose stands beyond your little range. When vision has shown you the holiness that lights up the world, you will understand today's idea perfectly. And you will not understand how you could ever have found it difficult. Our 6 2-minute practice periods for today should follow a now familiar pattern. Begin with repeating the idea to yourself, and then apply it to randomly chosen subjects about you, naming each one specifically. Try to avoid the tendency toward self-directed selection, which may be particularly tempting in connection with today's idea because of its wholly alien nature. Remember that any order you impose is equally alien to reality. Your list of subjects should therefore be as free of self-selection as possible. For example, a suitable list might include: God is in this coat hanger. God is in this magazine. God is in this finger. God is in this lamp. God is in that body. God is in that door. God is in that waste basket. In addition to the assigned practice periods, repeat the idea for today at least once an hour, looking slowly about you as you say the words unhurriedly to yourself. At least once or twice, you should experience a sense of restfulness as you do this. And that's the end of lesson 29. I stopped at this point where it said, certainly God is not in a table, for example, as you see it, because we just we read the lesson in Spanish and it said chair, not table. So I said chair, but it's table. And it's a mistake of the lesson 29 in Spanish. Here. Chair, silla, and not table, and it's table. But well, anyhow. So we have to do for today 6 2-minute practice periods. And we start by repeating the idea, God is in everything I see, and then we apply it to each subject or object of our selection. It says that we try to avoid the self-selection. So it's like trying not to do it consciously, but where your eyes glance or where your eyes light on, that is a suitable object. And to remember the lesson at least once an hour. We could do it twice an hour, for instance. So the recommendation, well, my recommendation is that you set a timer for half an hour or an hour, and when it makes the sound, you repeat the idea, you look slowly around you, and you say, God is in everything I see, and you restart the timer. So you do it again half an hour later or 1 hour later. And we're gonna do our practice, 2-minute practice. So we start to the count from 3 to 1. In 3, 2, 1. God is in everything I see. God is in this. God is in this. God is in this. God is in that. God is in that. God is in this. God is in that. God is in. God is in that. God is in that. God is in that. God is in this. God is in that. God is in that. God is in that. God is in this. God is in that. God is in that. God is in this. God is in that. God is in that. God is in that. God is in this. God is in that. And we finish our 2-minute practice period. And for today, we should do 6 2-minute practice periods. And remember, just before we go to bed, to do our 2-minute practice period. And to remember, at least once an hour. We can do it twice an hour, 3 times an hour. You just look around you and you say, God is in everything I see. And that's the practice for today. Thank you so much for joining, Marisol, and have a nice day. Marisol, Leti, and Alba. Have a great and inspired day, and thank you so much for joining, and we see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.